This year, an Indian star is born. The star is Fiji Indian TV, featuring a live web TV show covering news, current affairs, sports, Bollywood gupshup, Kaunchi Pakaya, Aao Chat Kare, FITV Talent Time, live coverage and more. Join us with your host Param Sivan. Fiji Indian TV, providing entertainment for the Fiji Indians around the globe. Every Sunday from 1 p.m. www.fijiindiantv.com. Be there.
लाएगा जरूर Fiji Indian TV, Fiji Indian TV.
Fiji Indian TV, providing entertainment for the Fiji Indians around the globe. Every Sunday from 1 p.m. www.fijiindiantv.com. Be there.
और Fiji Indian TV में आप सबको स्वागत करते हैं. मैं हूं परम शिवन और साथ में है Dr. Anil today.
Hello everybody.
Feels a bit weird after the holidays.
Very nice break we had. आप भारत माता की चरणों से लौट के आए हैं. कैसे बीता?
भारत माता के चरण से लौट के आए. It feels a bit weird sitting here actually.
Yes.
It's totally
It wasn't a very long break.
3 weeks I suppose, 4 weeks.
तो जी हाँ श्रोताओं, आज है episode number 38.
Yes, episode number 38.
It's the last day of spring.
Today.
It's the 30th of November. और कल से, from tomorrow officially, is the 1st of December, is the official start of summer.
Oh, wonderful. It's quite hot here in Sydney. Those who are watching our episode around the globe, आप सबको हम स्वागत करते हैं. हमारे जो दूसरे साथी या शॉर्ट नोटिस पता नहीं कहाँ है, पता नहीं, कुछ नहीं. आपको पता है कहाँ है वो?
वो लापता है.
लापता है.
Something must have come up.
Something must have come up. He's probably got families. I think he told me he'll be busy. Episode 38, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back and welcome you all if you are watching this live stream anywhere in any part of the world. There has been some well wishes around the globe. Posting on our sites www.fijiindiantv.com में आप इसे लाइव देख सकते हैं.
हमारा email address is fijiindiantv@hotmail.com.
So ladies and gentlemen, आइए इस प्रोग्राम को हम शुरुआत करते हैं और बताते हैं आगे क्या है. And let's enjoy.
तेरी गलियां गलियां तेरी गलियां मुझको भावे गलियां तेरी गलियां गलियां तेरी गलियां यूं ही तड़पावे गलियां तेरी गलियां गलियां तेरी गलियां मुझको भावे गलियां तेरी गलियां गलियां तेरी गलियां यूं ही तड़पावे गलियां तेरी गलियां
Well, you're glued in Fiji Indian TV. This is episode number 38. मैं हूँ परम शिवन. Welcome back all our webcasters जो दुनिया भर में इस प्रोग्राम को देख रहे हैं. Those who are watching on YouTube, have you forgotten कौन side है doc?
No.
To this side, तुम्हारे वही
Right
side.
there.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel so we can get more subscribers. और यदि आप कुछ जानकारी चाहते हैं तो Fiji Indian TV ग्रुप में जा सकते हैं, ज्वाइन हो सकते हैं. वेदर कैसा है आपके दिशा में वो बताना चाहते हैं तो आप बता सकते हैं. किसी का जन्मदिन है, बर्थडे विशेस है, एंड्री, एनीथिंग हैपनिंग अराउंड द ग्लोब यू कैन एक्चुअली टेल अस. वेल, इट्स एपिसोड 38. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल लेट्स बिगिन. हाउ हैव यू बीन?
बहुत
I've been out of Sydney.
You've been out of बहुत गर्मी थी यहाँ पर.
Yeah, I heard.
38-40 degrees.
Yeah.
जितना गार्डन लवर्स है सबको पानी मिर्चा वगैरह छोड़ना पड़ता था.
हाँ, सब सूख गई.
बहुत बुरी तरह से. Very hot days we were.
I heard one day was quite hot. Very
over
hot.
40.
43
over
degrees.
40.
Wow.
वो
Humid.
आप वो एड देखा सेंट्रल ऑस्ट्रेलिया में जहाँ दे फ्राई एन एग ऑन द
Did they?
वो एक नेशनल ज्योग्राफिक चैनल में कुछ साल पहले ऑलमोस्ट उतना गर्म. मैं ट्राई नहीं किया.
It was quite hot here.
Very hot.
What other developments have been happening in Sydney? I've been away, and I
दो
believe.
shows थे.
अच्छा.
Whilst you've been away, कल रात को
Local
था,
shows? Yeah, yeah.
Meet Greet Sangeet at Himalaya Restaurant in Granville.
Okay, how was it?
Full house, good turnout with dinner.
Mm-hmm.
VTC of course provided the sound and
system.
the music.
Good singers?
It was more like hobby singing,
Oh, that's
but
good.
they
that's
all
good.
did their best.
Well, that's good. It's good to see local talents are doing something. If you're a local talent, do give us some information or post into our Facebook group. We are always welcome.
And week before we had Dinesh Bhai ka show tha.
Yeah, I couldn't
Heavens.
make it. Yeah,
Heavens.
yeah. I only landed on Monday.
Had good crowd, approximately 380-400 people.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Music, new
One-
band was there. उसके
new
बारे में
band,
कुछ
yeah. Sound
बताएंगे?
system was not satisfactory, but
As we
the
always
band
speak,
was
no?
very good. All the singers did their very
New
best.
musicians, I believe.
Recycled.
Recycled. Okay, Suki was there.
People are veteran. They basically Suki Bhai on dholak. I think the bass player is quite experienced. Rakesh was on drums.
Okay, okay.
Rakesh from
You bring it
HMO.
us. Yeah, yeah.
Lead guitarist. I haven't heard him play. Tabla play was good, and of course our guitar lover Aman Bhai, he was on keyboards.
Oh, he was playing
He
keyboards.
was covering everything. Very good.
That's good. That's good. So a little bit disappointed with the sound. And our macho man Dinesh, how did he do?
Dinesh, of course, as
He's worked
usual,
hard for the
delivered
show.
well.
Yeah, he worked hard for the show. It was-
Good song choices and good delivery.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. I
खाली
saw some
थोड़ा
post.
थोड़ा डर गए थे. वो सनग्लासेस लेकर आ गया था, but फिर बाद में निकाल दिया था. उसका
अच्छा,
वो
अच्छा.
एंट्री लेवल था ना.
अच्छा. He did well. That's good. Well, it has been good. और Sydney में क्या समाचार है? Apart from the sad cricket news which I got the other day.
Philip Hughes passed away.
Yes.
The funeral is on Wednesday. And Thursday
has
का
been
जो
postponed.
test match है between India and Australia so far
Yes.
is on hold.
Is on hold.
They
Okay.
don't expect the players to play after a funeral of such a famous and tragic event.
Yes.
Famous
Well,
player.
yeah. I think after the event, everybody is putting the helmet on because I was driving past yesterday, and there were some kids, kids and adults. They were playing in a cricket field. अभी चल रहा है locally. So I said them all done up with a hat,
Younger players.
topi.
These guys were wearing a hat, but वो जहाँ पर लगा है skull fracture हो गया था.
Somewhere down here.
Towards the occipital bone. Normally आप जानते हैं ये
Yeah.
temple जो
Yes.
होते हैं यहाँ लगता है.
Yes,
It's a
yes.
very thin part.
Yeah.
In fact, if you hold a skull up,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
can
yeah.
see light through it.
Yeah.
Okay, but apparently
It's at the back
got it
somewhere.
slightly further back, which is more towards the occiput, but still temporal bone होता है.
You would have damaged the
Blood
probably,
vessel.
Blood vessel. More entry to
Swelling.
that. Yes.
Coma में, and then brain can't swell.
Swell, exactly.
So
Well, we've got some information on that because I think now this incident has happened. We'll talk a little bit about it later
in
towards
our
the
health
program.
tip, yes.
Yes, we've pulled
Instead
out
of
some
health
information.
tip?
Yes, there's a lot of information that I think when I heard about this and I said, how did this guy die? So I did a little bit of research and see, I think it's very important because a little thing as that can
The
actually
head
kill a
injury.
person.
कितनों भी मायना हो,
Yes.
very important.
So a lot of sports that we play, soccer,
Yes.
basketball, whatever.
Yes.
It's very important. So we'll touch a little bit on that.
Will
And
do.
we've got some local tales around the globe happening. Fiji, I've been seeing on the post, Modi visited Fiji.
He did.
A wonderful...
He stayed at the GPH.
yes.
नवा अभी मैं नहीं वहाँ रहा था.
Yeah,
Apparently the room.
I saw his speech. It was 20-something minutes long. Without any reading or anything.
No
Yeah,
scripting.
yeah. And Frank Bainimarama was actually reading through the script.
तो मोदी है.
Modi to Modi, 1.2 billion people, so he's probably, shared a lot of,
I hope local people मोदी नहीं बोल दिया because हमारे आदिवासी भाषा में इटोके में मोदी झिंगा को बोलते हैं.
अच्छा, Modi jinga.
है सिया छोटा हुआ. But anyway, it was very impressive.
Yeah.
And there was one flip negative side. Sodelpa boycotted the
I read
speech
that
in
about
Parliament.
it. Yeah. वो तो होता है राजनीति में होती है. But he did well, it's welcoming, and the Prime Minister, I think the whole team is doing well. And I don't know what the developments are as far as political developments in Fiji. अगर आपके पास कुछ है, we'll touch a little base
So
on
far
that.
तो नहीं है. They've been only in power for 2 months.
Okay, the country is running smoothly at the moment.
So far it's all good.
And no hush, nothing has been
And
happening.
apparently India has contributed, I think, up to 5 million to help repair the 2 bridges.
Yes, 5 million and...
Batuanga Bridge. Batuanga Bridge के नीचे हम बहुत झिंगा केकड़ा मारा.
Okay. He's given 5 million, but he's also given a debt of 75 million.
I think that's a soft loan.
Yes. So if you think of it, exchange of hands, 75,000 million is a lot of money. But there's interesting
Rajniti.
facts to
जैसे आपने
share.
कहा ना, राजनीति.
Yes. There's a lot of interesting facts to share when I heard Modi was actually going to Fiji, because I was in India and I was seeing a lot of things, observing a lot of things.
A lot of things we wouldn't have heard
we
of.
wouldn't heard of it and we wouldn't have seen it. And I would like to share that how it would develop Fiji. And I saw so many things over there. And I thought, okay, this will be good in Fiji. And after hearing $75 million worth of loan, then I thought, okay, क्या भेजेंगे? So we'll touch a bit of that as well. And यदि आप कुछ touch करना चाहते हैं, तो head off to, our Facebook and give us some information there, Doc. And
Feedback.
And feedback, yes. आइए हम एक गीत बजाते हैं और उसके बाद में we'll touch back.
दर्द दिलों के कम हो जाते, मैं और तुम गर हम हो जाते, मैं और तुम गर हम हो जाते. कितने हंसी आलम हो जाते, मैं और तुम गर हम हो जाते, मैं और तुम गर हम हो जाते. तेरे बिना ना आए सुकून, ना आए करार, अब तुम ही हो जिंदगी अब तुम ही हो चैन भी मेरा दर्द भी मेरी आशिकी अब तुम ही हो क्योंकि तुम ही हो अब तुम ही हो जिंदगी अब तुम ही हो चैन भी मेरा दर्द भी मेरी आशिकी अब तुम ही हो आजा सुख देना हंजू अखां दे रोवा मैं रोवे तू माही तू साडा की कसूर जे तू होया मेरी अखां तो दूर किन्ना करा मैं तैनू प्यार कल्ली ना रह सकदी मैं किन्ना करा मैं तैनू प्यार कल्ली ना रह सकदी मैं माही रुस गया दूरों दूरों रहंदा है कितनी ना वफा दिल साडा कहंदा है रोज रोज मैनू सुपने च दिसदा तेरे बिना साडा दिल गम सैंदा
Yes.
You sang both these songs in our Ashiki night.
Which song was this one?
This one,
अच्छा, हम तेरे बिन का
The one
different.
before that was
गलियां.
yeah.
Yes, yes,
वो
yes.
बॉक्स खरीदना है मुझको यार
कौन सा बॉक्स?
वो जो म्यूजिकल है बाकस में बजाते हैं ना rhythm वाला what do they call that thing
I think it's a
it's a sound box
Sound box.
it actually
पतरा प्लाईवुड के बनाया लो.
no but it's got something inside because it's actually projected through your mixer it's an instrument actually
Is it?
yeah
I didn't know
I'm
that.
pretty sure it's an instrument
I thought it was just picked up from naturally mic वगैरह लगा के करते हैं वो.
ना उसके built in है और थोड़ा छन 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 sound करता है because I saw that at open air Mela once
Yeah.
and
And they were using it.
yes
It must have a pickup in there, like
it
a
has
guitar
a pickup.
pickup.
I think it has उसको इंक्वायरी करेंगे खरीद लेंगे ना
बोतल का बनाएंगे.
हाँ, उसके अंदर माइक लगा दो
पिक लगा के.
clarinet I like that was clarinet in the first song
Yes, yes, yes.
लगता है वो जो कीबोर्ड काफी दिन बाद वो जब चादर झटका सब
इतना रोज पे पुराना से ना. Well, our friend Shashi Prakash is watching this program live from. He's in Edmonton, and he's just saying.
ठंडी हो गया बहुत ठंडा हो गया वहाँ
40, like it's minus 40.
minus yeah okay.
Minus
हमारा तो
40.
plus 40 so
With the
this,
wind chill factor, it is minus 5 in Vancouver,
okay Vancouver BC
and like minus 10 with the wind chill factor. Enjoy the sun, he's saying. So it is quite cold.
very cold
यार हम तो minus 3 यहाँ पे नहीं सह पाते. तो minus 40 का क्या होगा?
yes
Minus 10.
but that would be Fahrenheit I think
Are they using Fahrenheit?
अमेरिका में तो Fahrenheit होता है
Okay.
it could be centigrade उसको बोलो भाई साहब को हम लोग
Okay. Yes, Sashi, if you're hearing this program, if you're watching this program, tell us, is it Fahrenheit or Celsius? Because you know,
which is still
Americans has a
cold
way of
enough
doing
it's still
things,
minus 20
huh? Minus 10, yeah, okay.
and it's still minus 20 आ
you'll obviously come
जाएगा
back, yeah. So yeah, we were talking about music. Yes, that's
Music.
wonderful music and wonderful developments has been happening around the globe. Here locally, a lot of people actually are showing a lot of interest in music. All of
a
a
lot
sudden.
of interest अभी एक जागृति हुआ है
A
people
lot of
are
shows are happening
a lot of people from different levels
coming up.
are showing quite a bit of interest it's a revival
A lot of things are
good to
happening.
see
For some reason, when I came back after my 3 weeks or 4 weeks, whatever it was, just a lot of things seems to be changed. I don't know why. Is it to be laid back life in India, or is it here? I don't know. A lot of things just seemed to be changed. Totally different. Well, I'll share some experiences of my experiences, which I've been in Kerala. Now, those who don't know कि Kerala कहाँ है, Kerala is actually a south part of India, and it's 2 hours from Mumbai.
people from Kerala called Keralites
Yes,
generally nickname
Kerala.
of the Keralites
So I was about 70 kilometers out of Kerala.
how far from Chennai
Chennai is about 2 hours flight.
अच्छा,
वहाँ से.
okay
So Chennai है, Tamil Nadu, all the south.
Yes.
And I tell you what, there's
Different culture,
amazing talents in the South Indians.
Very different culture.
Very different culture.
Subculture.
And lot of lungis. सब लुंगी पहन के घूमे हैं.
इसीलिए लुंगी डांस हुआ था.
Yes, young fellas, young fellas even. Young fellas लुंगी पहन के घूमे. हम देखते हैं. And I was in jeans and thongs the day I landed. After Mumbai, second day I was jeans and thongs every day. Every day. It's just that. And I was the fairest actually. सबसे ज़्यादा गोर में लग रहा था. Incidentally, when I come here, I look the other way around. But वहाँ पे is a lot of dark people because of the climatic condition.
Closer to the equator.
But clean. Very clean. Very clean. Quite different when you go to Mumbai.
Compared to Delhi and Mumbai.
Yes, Delhi is actually dusty, no?
Chandni Chowk was one of my worst experiences.
Yeah, in Delhi.
In India, in Delhi.
Okay. I haven't been to Delhi. A lot of people are saying,
Good shopping.
come over.
Good shopping.
Yeah. But I tell you what, there's a lot of experiences in South
Nariyal
India.
pani piya?
You guys told me Nariyal pani. I had Nariyal pani, but I didn't get the other one, which is called Todi. I didn't.
Todi thoda alcoholic hai.
Yes. My friend said, look,
it's fermented.
Do not try it because you don't know what's happening.
Yes.
And you say Fiji में ना side में नोना घोर के रखे.
Yeah.
तो वहाँ पे सब तोड़ी घोर के रखे.
It's a local mildly alcoholic fermented coconut juice, I think.
Yes. And those who are religious, I would like to tell you that because I was in Tripayar, which is actually 70 kilometers out of Cochin. Cochin is the capital. Tripayar. Tripayar and it's Thrissur. So I was actually...
Thrissur मैंने सुना,
Thrissur, yeah. Tripayar is actually before Thrissur.
I haven't been there.
And Tripayar is a festival hub. So a lot of churches are there, a lot of temples. A lot of temples.
Mosques?
Mosque I didn't see. I saw a lot of Catholic churches.
Okay.
And I saw a lot of temples.
I think Christianity affected by Saint Thomas.
Over there, no?
Yeah, he actually left the Holy Land and apparently उसका tomb है, उसका कब्र South India में कहीं पर है.
अरे, अच्छा.
Saint Thomas का.
Okay. I should have looked for it.
I haven't seen it, haven't been there.
Huh.
But historically, Saint Thomas is actually he passed away. He went to India to be a missionary, and उसका effect काफी था India पर.
Okay. Well, see, this is a typical day.
It's like a Rayonga bus.
Yes, exactly like Fiji, man. Exactly, the roads and everything.
ऐसा बस में मैं स्कूल जाता था Rayonga, amalgamated transport.
वही रखा मैं देखो ऊपर कौन सी रखा लेवा.
इसीलिए तुरंत मैंने उसको recognize कर दिया कि ये, but obviously background में लगता Fiji नहीं है.
नहीं, building में लगा थोड़ा अलग है, but
writing is in Tamil.
Yes, English भी है, but कम है. And this is one of the temple. This is one of the temple. Or you cross the bridge because your temple में बहुत भारी पूजा होता है. Like a lot of people actually. It's actually a festive season when I was there, and I saw a hathi.
Decorated.
Yes, but I saw a hathi on the road walking. I wanted to stop and take a picture with him. उसके मन तरह pet करे, but he said can
be dangerous.
But their hathis are trained. Trained and very well tamed. So there's hundreds of hathis, and it's very religious.
Coconut tree तो तभी नहीं रखा मैं. Look at the background.
This is what happening in the same. Every Friday people come from a lot of places.
स्नान बोलते हैं ना.
The water is quite green, as you can see, but very deep as well. This is at night. Every night you सब बत्ती बार दे लोग वहाँ पे. Mashals and batti and diya, and this is the reflection of it out in the mirror.
Good shot.
In the pani actually, sorry. And this is the hotel, if you can see on the side. That's a hotel I stayed in. It's called Hotel Dreamland. You can Google it, those ones. But and this is the normal road. Building थोड़ा सा अलग है Fiji से, but the road is very clean.
Marking walking नहीं है, जहाँ पाँव ही चलाओ.
हाँ, अरे, वहाँ चला. It's not an issue. And this
but they
is
are
the
good
other,
drivers. You hardly see accidents. Right?
Yes.
Skillful drivers.
Very, very skillful. And this is the other. This is day within day. ये temple है day में.
Same one जो बत्ती बराता रहा.
हाँ.
Okay.
And this is the coconut.
Wow.
Coconut is very, very big over there, available. And this is the Shri Ram. This is just about 2 minutes away from where I was staying.
Kshetra Gopura Kavadam.
Yes, and you just street, the street, pura blocked. So this street actually takes you around to another area, probably about 5-6 kilometers away. So what people do, Fiji में जैसे लोग गरगम लेके जावे ना. So what they do is they have all these ornaments रकम के बना रहे हैं.
धोते हैं उसको.
हाँ, तो 5 किलोमीटर से सनाई वही जगह लोग लेके. All different sectors से आते हैं.
They walking.
Their own walk. तो हम लोग के बोलेंगे, I asked them, I said, are they going to walk? They said, yes, they're going to walk. सांझ को पहुंचेंगे वहाँ पर सर, सांझ को पहुंचेंगे. I said, on foot.
फिटनेस लेवल अच्छा होगा तब.
Man, सब फिटनेस पे है वहाँ पे. You know, I saw the entry to the private hospital and I said, कम गाड़ी दिख रहा है मेरे को. But they are, I think generally they are fit and healthy, and you know, उनका skin है, you'll see pot bellies, you know, but because of rice and thing.
Age से आ जाता है.
Yeah, but skin and tone of the people out there is just, I think it's the weather and healthy. सब मुस्कुरा रहे हैं, हंस रहे हैं, you know, and happy-go-lucky people over there. But
और नारियल पानी का भी अवसर काफी अच्छा, cleansing.
So they all actually
Indian
travel.
skin.
Interior से travel होके आते एक जगह पे, then they go into the temple, वहाँ पे आती है, dances है, a lot of events happen in the evening, and security guards heavily guarded, and you go inside पूजा वजा करके जो
Armed guards?
नहीं, armed guards. They don't have any armed guards. I hardly saw police in Kochi, in Kerala, and in
Law and
Tripura.
order is much better than Mumbai.
Hardly, because Mumbai में तुम जहाँ कोने पे brown वाला खड़ा है uniform डंडा लेके. Yes, it's armed now because it's
For the terrorist risk.
हाँ, now in Mumbai, Mumbai has actually got a new airport. Brand spanking. They are doing well. I'm telling you that. बड़ा वाला है man, amazing. And I think they're similar to Singapore.
Oh, good. I haven't seen Singapore. I've seen Dubai.
Last time I went, it was actually being bigger than Dubai, much bigger than Dubai. And it's good to see that, you know, they've
India's developing.
Developing,
Getting
and,
modern.
We're getting modern. And,
Modi modern कर रहा है.
Modi modern कर रहा है. Yes, he's young, no? So big difference from Kerala to Mumbai, and amazing. I can't describe, because those who are actually coming on trips, the price is half Mumbai. Hotel prices are totally half from Mumbai, and everybody wants to go to Mumbai because film industry and things they want to go.
The hotels are expensive.
And you know the general lifestyle is like
What's
city
the
life.
average price of a hotel room per night? Average South में.
South में, nah, cheaper than that. You'll pick up for $30 Australian.
Good hotel with
A good
breakfast
one.
with
A
nail pani in
good
the
one.
morning.
Not with breakfast though. Not with breakfast.
Okay.
Breakfast you have to buy. But still it's cheap.
That few dollars में ना.
$3, $2. You know, I was having my usual cornflakes, which was about
So that on the Facebook.
20 rupees, which is, you know, 50 rupees, 52 rupees is $1. So, you know, comparatively, it's what? 20 rupees is, you know, it's 1/4. So 25 cents, you know? 25 cents, basically. And there's a big glass of milk with 3 toast and a bowl of cereal.
I like the milk.
The milk was good, yes. So we'll share more thoughts as we develop, but I've got something else to show you. You know Jomi George, that guy that used to play all these drums and stuff we've played here?
Oh, अपना हारमोनियम फ्रेंड के साथ.
Yes.
Multi-percussionist है वो, सब percussion.
Yes, he's a multi-percussionist, and that's why all these things is developed, coming box बजाया वाला सब चीज निकला है.
Right.
But he plays optimum amount of instruments. Have a look at this little clip.
अच्छा बजाय BMW का अलार्म बजने लगा.
I think he just made a little clip out of there.
But it's very, very creative.
Yes, very creative. For those who are actually wanting to know, he's actually from a South Indian descent.
वो 8-bit बजा रहा था by the way.
And
कैरो आता.
yes, So that was that. Let's show you another little comedy video which has got nothing to do with my trip, but enjoyment.
झूठ 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 तंग आ गई हूँ मैं तुम्हारे झूठ से। जब देखो झूठ झूठ झूठ। शादी से लेके आज तक तुमने मुझसे कभी सच कहा है? जब देखो झूठ तंग आ गई हूँ मैं तुम्हें छोड़ के चले जाऊंगी, तलाक दे दूंगी मैं तुम्हें।
ओ नहीं जानू नहीं, प्लीज ऐसा मत करना। देखो मैं तुम्हारी कसम खाता हूँ, सच में अपनी कसम। अगर आज के बाद मैं कभी तुमसे झूठ बोलूँ ना तो मैं उसी वक्त मर जाऊं। पर जानू, तुमने मुझसे प्रॉमिस करो ना कि तुम भी मुझसे कभी झूठ नहीं बोलोगी।
जानू, मैं तुम्हारी कसम खा के कहती हूँ, मैं तुमसे कभी झूठ नहीं बोलूंगी। और अगर मैं तुमसे झूठ बोलूंगी ना, भगवान करे मैं उसी वक्त विधवा हो जाऊं।
हेलो, हाँ जानू आ जाऊंगा। हाँ पक्का। ओके डियर, ओके।
अबे बड़ा खुश है, किससे बात कर रहा था?
अपनी गर्लफ्रेंड से। जानते हो आजकल लोग बहुत खुश है मुझसे।
क्यों?
मैंने ना परसों उसको बर्थडे गिफ्ट में पता क्या दिया?
क्या?
मैंने अपनी बहन की हीरे की अंगूठी चुरा के उसे गिफ्ट कर दी।
सोने, पता है अंगूठी मैंने कितनी महंगी खरीदी थी?
यार तू इतना गुस्सा क्यों हो रहा है? वापस तेरे घर तो गई है?
हैं?
Interesting little clip of that.
Either way, he was going to be there.
Yes. Either way, he was looked up. Well, there was just some little clips for you, ladies and gentlemen. Facebook में जाइए और post कीजिए www.fijiindiantv.com हमारा hotmail address है, and www.fijiindiantv.com हमारा website address है। यदि इस प्रोग्राम को आप लाइव देखना चाहते हैं तो वहाँ पे आप देख सकते हैं। Well, what else has been happening with since I disappeared?
Well, Sydney में, as I said, गर्मी थी. Just a very quick somber note. I think it's in order to pass a very brief condolence message to two families.
Yes.
हमारे बहुत ही प्रमुख मास्टर दो मास्टर जी का देहांत हो गया lately. You probably know them, Master Chatrapal.
No.
Very well-known school teacher, social worker and religious worker.
Locally?
Locally.
Okay.
Granville. So our condolences from FITV to the families, Master Chatrapal, and also Master Devendra ka dehant bhi ho gaya. Oka spirit tha.
Okay, sadly left us.
So they're both ex-school teachers, very prominent, well-known contributors to the Fiji Indian diaspora.
Acha, okay.
Yes.
That's good.
So our sympathies from FITV. चलो लगे हाथ आगे बढ़ते हैं.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen. So sharing my experiences back in India and what happened in India. As I said, Modi gave $5 million. I think he said rural areas में develop करने के लिए कुछ दिया ना?
Rural areas को भी दिया, but basically हमारा जो दो bridge टूटा हुआ है, from the internet I heard that was specifically to repair Stinson Parade ला जो bridge है,
which is
supermarket के पास.
Number Clow Creek लगे.
Yes.
Isn't it been repaired? I thought.
I think he has given some money, so I presume. I haven't been to.
He must have passed that way.
And the Batuanga wala bhi. I think Batuanga one way hai be with lights, but when I was there last year, it wasn't repaired.
Okay.
Both of them are overused. Un zamane mein jab bridge bana tha, there were no big trucks carrying containers.
अच्छा. अभी तो सब बगल container चले ना.
Small trucks tha. सब बगल buses भी चलते हैं.
Yeah. Now the other thing is, as he's given $75 million, and I was thinking कि ये क्या दिया होगा? What do you think India, as a loan, would give to Fiji? सोचिए, bring it out of your thought. कि as a development country, everybody's interest is in India, in Fiji, because center में है ना, it's in the tropics.
Hub of the Pacific.
And they help them actually track the satellite,
yes,
which they launched.
Hub, and also उसका नाम Fiji का नाम था, which was the hub of the Pacific.
Yes.
कुछ लोग बोले it's the crown of the Pacific, the jewel of the Pacific. एक बात हम अपना श्रोताओं को बता दें कि सबसे ज़्यादा मिलेनियर्स इंडिया में हैं.
The biggest millionaires
because of the population.
Yes.
So more than 1.23 billion people. So for the country to give $75 million, which is a loan, right? Soft loan.
$75 million.
I would hope, again, I'm going to be biased, that a lot of will go towards medical development.
You think medical development? Equipments वगैरह.
But I think the other thing is rural development, rural small industry, farmers, छोटा-छोटा जो villages में लोग हैं, उनको अगर पैसा मिले कि
farming goods and stuff.
Plus production, छोटा-छोटा machines अगर दे दें, we have so much raw materials in Fiji. They can create woodworking.
Well, 1 lakh in India, 1 lakh is about $2,000. I mean, you know, how $2,000 is, they say 1 lakh. And for 1 lakh, you can buy a bike.
Acha, 1 lakh is 10,000 rupees?
100,000 rupees.
100,000.
100,000 rupees, which is about, you know, close to...
1 lakh is 100,000. Okay.
100,000 rupees.
Rupees.
Rupees. The whole of India is rupees. And, you know, so it's about 2,000 Australian dollars. Think about it. You can buy a decent car for 3 lakhs. 3 lakhs, which is $6,000. And they pay tax in advance. 15 साल का टैक्स एडवांस में लेता है मोदी. रोड टैक्स
इंटरेस्ट बनाएगा,
जोड़ के ले लेता है. एडवांस में you have to pay. But the bike, you can pick up a bike for 1 lakh, which is about $2,000 or $2,500. फिजी में बाइक के दाम कितना है जिन कावासाकी वगैरह चले हैं?
ओ मोटर बाइक की बात कर रहे हैं?
Yes, motor bike.
वो तो probably 1/5 price है.
Exactly.
1/5. But local made, Indian bike.
Local made, yes. Makes our own local. Honda का local factory इधर. But if you think about it, Fiji में lot of गाड़ीज are coming. बड़ा गाड़ी आवे ना, कहाँ से? जापान से आवे ना, and they are Recon cars.
Malaysia and Japanese to Recon.
Recon cars are coming. So the price is like $26,000 for a Toyota or $30,000 वगैरह है, and that's a lot of money for Fiji. Recently, they've Tata, you know, the Tata brand.
Tata भी Xenon का बहुत भारी प्रकोप है.
Yeah, they've actually taken out.
Tata Xenon अभी Sydney, Australia में introduce anyway.
They've actually taken out a Fiji में देखो छोटा matchbox बोलता रहा, white छोटा minivan दौड़ता रहा.
More like a golf cart के तरह.
Yes.
Two-seater, yes.
पहले बैठो चल दे छोटा minivans रहा. Suzuki ones, remember?
खुला था साइड में.
No, those ones there are closed ones रहा.
Oh, अच्छा, okay.
Those matchbox the Fiji में बोले उसके Suzuki's white vans रहे हरदम. छोटा रहा, आगे दो बैठो पीछे साइड में van घीचो पल्ला खुल जाए साइड से. It's like a 7, अरे जैसे टोरागो नहीं रहे साइड में
slide,
but छोटा रहे.
Okay.
And they used to run from everywhere. छोटा से $100, $50 delivery के लिए. The Tata has actually got a new one which is about 1 lakh something. The rickshaw is like 3, you know, 1.5 lakh.
3-wheeler जो है.
हाँ. So they're trying to get rid of all the rickshaws now. तो ये 4-wheeler आ गया है. 4-wheeler मैंने कि उसमें ऊपर भी ला सको, पीछे भी ला सकते हैं. 4 टायर लगे. बस वो रिक्शा से थोड़ा बड़ा है. And it's very cheap. And it's small, economical, runs on diesel.
Why don't they introduce that to Fiji?
That's what I immediately thought कि अगर 10 गाड़ी ये कोई ले Fiji में बेची, and it is small, economical,
parking easy,
less pollution, parking easy,
less petrol,
tire, petrol, everything, diesel ला भी मिले, petrol ला भी मिले. And I thought, man, it's amazing because Fiji जितना गाड़ी लोग import कर रहे हैं, it's quite big and heavy. फिर इसका spare parts, and in India में the spare parts are available because it's a brand new car, and it'll land locally. People are buying for 3 lakhs, you know, which is about $6,000. Not 3 lakhs. Actually, the rickshaws are cheaper. 1.5 lakh. It's about $3,000. Fiji may lend करीबी, you know, they take a container of it. Amazing. It'll stop the pollution. यानी कि कम हो जाएगा pollution.
और रेंटल के लिए अच्छा रहेगा.
रेंटल के लिए भी. हाँ. आगे 2 पीछे 3.
वगैरह के लिए टुक 2-3 कर ले. Rental.
And I thought immediately this will work really well in Fiji. Really well in Fiji.
He might bring it in, who knows?
And bikes. Ladies are driving bikes. The government has actually given them a subsidy. कि those ladies who are going to चलाओ, उनके लोन पे देवे.
Interesting you say that this
loan पे.
Last week I met, I won't mention the name. हमारा बहुत अच्छा दोस्त है यहाँ पर accountant है. उसकी बेटी motorbike चला रही है. She told me, she said I parked the bike. I said 10 seconds for a tube light मेला motorbike. So very few women Indians Fiji are riding motorbikes in Sydney.
Man, you should see ladies लोग scooter लेके ऐसे अरे मोटर ज़्यादा, you know how they drive, but yet no accident.
Yeah, same.
साड़ी पहन के ऊपर से यार, साड़ी पहन के कमीज पहन के.
साड़ी के फॉल से नीचे.
Scooter they're driving, you know. It's nice to see all these ladies driving. So they said कि ladies के incentive है if you get a license, because they want the ladies to get out into the task force now. and lot of them are getting into
And
this.
they're educating the women. अभी एक काफी चला हुआ, आप उसके बारे में कुछ टिप्पणी करेंगे? Educate the girl.
Yes,
There's
yes.
कुछ saying है वहाँ पर.
Yes. And the government is giving them subsidy कि if you start getting a license, ये तुम्हें loan पे देंगे without any zeros. So these are some of the facts and figures we are actually sharing. More to share, and health tips is also coming before the end of the program. Let's hear another song.
बन्नो रे बन्नो मेरी चली ससुराल को, अखियों में पानी दे गई, दुआ में मीठी गुड़ धानी दे गई। रे कबीरा मान जा, रे फकीरा यूं न जा, आजा तुझको पुकारे तेरी परछाइयाँ, रे कबीरा मान जा, रे फकीरा यूं न जा। कैसा तू है निर्मोही, कैसा हर जाइया, मैं तेनू समझावांगी, ना तेरे बाजू लगदा जी, मैं तेनू समझावांगी, ना तेरे बाजू लगदा जी। तू की जाने प्यार मेरा, मैं करां इंतजार तेरा, तू दिल तो जान मेरी, जान मेरे। मेरे दिल विच रह के मेरे दिल दा हाल न जाने, तेरे बाजों कलियां बह के रोंदे नैन रवाने, जीना मेरा है मरना मेरा, नाल तेरे सी कर एतबार मेरा, मैं करां इंतजार तेरा, तू दिल तो जान मेरी, मैं तेनू समझावांगी, ना तेरे बाजू लगदा जी।
Nice rendition.
I think she was playing the key of D there. It's nice.
You saw the keys
I think
moving.
the fingers there is key of D. It's nice. She's yes. We're seeing more and more of this kind of
As
singing.
heaps of
People
them.
are just doing basic.
Acoustics,
They don't
yes.
have a whole orchestra.
Yeah.
3 or
I
4 instruments or one instrument.
I think the YouTube has actually opened a big spectrum in India. And when I was there, when you click on YouTube, they'll be having the local advertisements over there. Local Indian advertisements chali isme. And mobile phones are big. And everybody, usually most of them have 2 mobile. iPhone not as much. Local made they are using. Because everybody can't afford iPhones. Big shots are open.
फोन के एक जोक है जो 2 फोन्स है ना, बोलते एक पर्सनल है, मम्मी जो खाना बुलाएगी तो मम्मी मैं आ रही हूँ, दूसरा वाला है कॉल सेंटर वाला है, तो वो ऑफ कर दे तो बोलते यार क्या सिडनी कॉलिंग या.
So what happens
good
in India?
business application. Jokes aside, big business application with mobile phones, especially in a place like India with over 1 billion people.
Yeah. Everybody is actually working on जहाँ देखो phone, जहाँ देखो गाड़ी में phone, texting. It's actually amazing. Everybody's on the phone. जैसे कि यहाँ नहीं चले flip, Facebook, everything, cut चलते रहो, okay? And the first thing they look at you when you open a mobile is they look at your mobile. कि what are you carrying?
तो status देखते हैं फिर.
Status.
Oh, this would be a nice.
And because I sat on a plane.
Indian thing to do is.
I sat on a plane and then you know, before the takeoff, you'll see, na, so they speaking the languages. मैं जा रहा हूँ, बैठ रहा हूँ.
South में especially.
Yeah, but I was catching a flight from Mumbai to Cochin, and a lot of them actually going home after working in Dubai or something. You know, a lot of things that it's a short flight, and you can see chappli bene hue. You can look at them and say,
I
okay.
think Dubai to Delhi is only 4 hours.
Dubai, yeah, would be that because from Mumbai to Dubai is about 4 hours. 4.5
We've done
hours.
that sector for maybe, yeah.
Yeah, for 4.5 hours. And
Like from here to Fiji. Yes.
yes, and you see ना जब बात कर दूसरा ला ताकले इसके गैस कर लेके कौन ची कौन मोबाइल फोन यूज करे ना, and नोई में कोई का टिंग 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 बजा तो देखिए उसके कौन फोन यूज करे ना, ये फिर नोकिया है, सैमसंग है, और जिसके बड़ा फोन है तेरा फ्लैश करे बिजनेसमैन लोग उन लोग ऐसे कंची करे, लेग खोल के फ्लैश के जुट्टे फिर बंद कर दी, फिर खोली फिर बंद कर दी.
Sounds vulnerable in this time, you know.
And I was just watching all these things, you know, oh, अच्छा इसके Samsung है, अच्छा right. I'm not the phone का आया कोई ring करिए, you know, who's going to ring me? And a local India. I had a local SIM card. So
That's
I
what
was watching all these things.
Get an
in the
old
plane.
Nokia, SIM card local लगा लो. Just चल.
और जैसे प्लेन उतरे, start से मोबाइल, सबके खाली फोन सुनाई, तत ऑफ है. जिससे पायलट बोले कि, you know, now you can put your phone on. Yeah. आप इधर खड़ा उधर खड़ा ये पिक करके.
Good for India and for the people, but I'm just reflecting from a historical cultural view. Maybe it's not a good thing because in 10 years' time when you go to India, my concept of India is not that it's backward, but you know the traditional cultural way of communication.
They're losing it. Oh, they will lose it.
You agree with that?
Yes, of course.
It's becoming like Sydney and Auckland and Suva.
Very much.
In fact, when I went back to Fiji after a 2-year stop some years back, I was quite surprised, pleasantly, to see all the phones. Abhi to jate ho, it's just like Auckland or Sydney.
Exactly.
Everybody's on the phone. Coffee pite hain, wahan par tuk 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 chalta hai.
Yeah.
So Fiji is losing it, but India is going to lose it big time.
I went to a shop, okay, na?
Culturally.
I went to a shop to look at some stuff, to buy some stuff. और वहाँ पे जब बैठती है तो ladies that actually selling, phone हाथ में, you know, और उसके बॉस ना उसके ऑफ करो फोन बोले ना कस्टमर को सेव करो बोले ना भाषा में ना अपन देवे कुछ ना बताओ इसके पहले वेट करो 1 मिनट वो फेसबुक पे हो फ्लिक करे उसके बॉस बोले कि ऑफ करो ना क्लोज करो बोले एंड एवरीबॉडी इज यूजिंग फोन इवन काम पे भी यार
यहाँ पे तो रूल्स बनने लगा है ना
यस अनलेस यू हैव योर ओन जॉब यू कैन यूज योर फोन एंड फेसबुक
वर्किंग फॉर समबडी
यू कैन
पहले जो स्मोकिंग टाइम नहीं रहेगा
yes.
तो उसको 5 मिनट्स देगा जो अपना फेसबुक कर लो जितना कर ला है आफ्टर दैट 2-hour break, please.
Yes.
Otherwise, productivity नीचे चला जाएगा.
नहीं. And everybody, if you go to a restaurant, you look around, you'll see सबके हाथ में phone चले. Old ladies, man. Old ladies तो मिलेगा अच्छा तुम judge करेगा कि no, she must be retired ना. मोबाइल लेके चले. सब फ्लिप हाथ ऐसे चलते रहे लोग के.
Bend It Like Beckham जो मूवी है उसमें एक सीन है ना एक फोन बजता है नोकिया सभी जितना ladies हैं वहाँ पे सासू माल को सभी they all go for their phone. Remember that scene?
Yes.
It's quite funny.
And a friend of mine did say कि you know it is bad कि
I'm just reflecting that we're gonna be losing that image of India. शायद 10 years भी नहीं लगेगा. Talking about maybe 3 to 5 years.
Yeah, probably 5 years because अभी कौन-सी the television is quite big. जहाँ देखो satellites है and they've got their own channels happening, lot of shows happening जैसे यहाँ पे. But the new phones that are coming in the next couple of years, it is going to take India by storm. बड़ा वाला जो स्क्रीन है उसमें सब चीज़ देखते हैं. The internet speed is not quite to par as in Sydney. हम लोग के unlimited download speeds है and the speeds are faster. And as you know तार खींच के सब join करके चला ले.
Dangerous तार बिछाई हुआ है.
So as soon as the internet, yes, as soon as the speed goes up, you will see. अभी भी वहाँ 2G चले 3G चले certain places में 4G I say.
But that's the price you pay for development and progress. You lose something.
Yes, and my friend did say, you know, he's got 2 daughters and they are busy on the phone or on the internet. They don't used to sit and have certain things together. अब वो रहे नहीं क्या माहौल. You know, so it's actually this is interesting because and I went to Tripayar, which is out of Mumbai, and you get to see all these things, and amazing how much the you know social media is taken over.
Yes, it has.
And you know बुजुर्ग लोग जो है जो 4 पहिया में आगे घींचे नहीं से करके it's like a carting thing, no?
Yeah.
they cart one thing from here.
hand drawn
हाँ इसे लोहा रखा
चेरी जो रहता है
हाँ वो लेके
Delivery
उसके
करते
पास भी
हैं।
फोन है यार वो भी मोबाइल रखे हैं वो जिन पानी बेचे साइड में वो भी मोबाइल रखे हैं सबके पास मोबाइल आई डोंट नो कि कौन सी हुई दुनिया में आई डोंट नो और जो राइस फील्ड में काम करे ट्राइंग पास इज ऑल द राइस फील्ड
चलता
क्योंकि यहाँ ठोक ले भीतर ऐसे करके ना बिकॉज नूर के लोग काम करे ना तो यहाँ भीतर रख ले
वाटरप्रूफ होना चाहिए कभी चाटा रहता
I
है
said to them, look, I was laughing. I mean, I actually didn't take my camera. अगर camera लेके जाता, I would have taken all the snapshots. But hey, what's happening to the world? I don't know what's going to happen.
The price of progress. You
price
lose
of
something.
Yes.
Always.
Amazing. Well, let's play another bit of a video which shows us कि आजकल क्या हो रहा है दुनिया में.
बुझ गए दिए आके मेरे पास कानों में मेरे जो भी चाहे कहिए जो भी चाहे कहिए रात अकेली है रुत भी है फुर्सत भी है तुम्हें ना होना सही मुझे तुमसे मोहब्बत है मोहब्बत की इजाजत है तो चुप क्यों रही है जो भी चाहे कहिए रात अकेली है
जो हमारे थोड़ा यंग लिसनर्स है व्यूअर्स उसको हम याद दिला दे कि ये नया गाना नहीं है. It is a revival of a song from the 1970s, Param?
I wouldn't know.
Late 60s,
black and white,
70s,
definitely black and white.
70s.
Yeah,
May have been Helen dancing, but it's a very old song. It's good to see. The lyrics are very meaningful.
Yes.
But नया ढंग तरीके से उसको present कर रहे हैं.
Look at him harmonizing. He actually plays flute, he plays saxophone. That was a saxophone, no?
The clarinet.
Clarinet.
Sax
no?
Brass wala.
And he had all the other equipments and he plays very talented. His name is Raghav Sachar and Sophie Chaudhary.
One of the hardest instruments is wind. Because you are blowing.
Sounds like
and your heart भी चलता है. And you have to think about your notes.
Has it also got how many pump होता है उसमें? I've never seen how many actually counted.
मैंने क्या होगा? I have got an alto saxophone.
Yeah. उसमें कितना रहे reeds? Not reeds. What are they called?
Reed तो एक होता बांस वाला ऊपर. Our friend Das plays it.
Das plays it. Yeah. सब
अंकल का बेटा जो यहाँ we had his
8 no? Is it?
ऊपर अलग होता है नीचे अलग होता है.
Bass नीचे ऊपर लाइट ले.
जो major keys होते हैं वो अलग होता है.
So I suppose it'll be the same. सारे गाने पता नहीं सा.
हाँ, minor sharps अलग होता है. And there's another lot at the bottom. तो वो basically holes होते हैं ना, so when you release
So the wind
like a harmonium instrument,
Yeah.
reed नहीं है,
Mhm.
it allows change of the pitch,
Oh, okay.
but very hard to blow with the
With the
उसका technique होता है,
blow करने के लिए.
reed, बांस का reed होता है ना.
Okay. I went to a music shop actually, and I wanted to check a few things out. I went to music shop, and quite small.
Salendra Das, I was thinking.
Yes, Anil Das. It was quite small, and of
Lots
course,
of harmonicas.
lots of harmonicas. And I was checking out what sort of microphones they're using. Very expensive microphones they're using in studios, no professional studios, right? And yes,
Shure or other
Newman.
Newman.
Newman is expensive.
Very
brand.
expensive.
Newark. They're higher scale microphones they're using. SM50s for stage and things like that. But recording mics, condenser mic, उनका अलग से है. And I was actually there for Tanpura. So wait, I'm latest line निकला Tanpura. And I thought कि Tanpura, yes, I thought Tanpura would be cheap, no? I paid $110 for Tanpura.
You get two?
I didn't get two because of the weight problem.
Next
So
time we can get
I
one
was
for
actually
me.
saying कि सबके अगर हम बताएगा तानपुरा इतने तो I'll bring it. But then again, if I bring 5 तानपुras, it
Tax,
cost me
duty.
$600. नहीं duty
Weight.
नहीं, $600 cost करता. It didn't check me over here at all. सीधा निकल गया. That's it. So what happened was, I thought the freight I could carry was only 25 kilos because Fiji के 25 I think.
Two.
है ना?
8 kilos in luggage
हाँ.
on board.
Yes.
Carry 7-8 kilos और अंदर 22 है मेरे ख्याल से.
22. I thought India was 25, but it's actually 30.
America
don't
के you
know
allow
why.
2 luggage, 2 bags.
Is it?
More allowance for America.
And that's why I thought, and I rang up and I asked them, I said, can I send, जैसे कि हम लोग यहाँ से unaccompanied baggage भेज सकते हैं ना यहाँ से?
You can.
So it'll cost you like $2 a kilo or something, or less even, $1. That'll go after, it'll come after you, no? They don't have it in India. You have to go to a freight company and send it from there, which will cost you still 10 times the price. But actually, if you're doing from the airport, it was costing me $50 per kilo. So, अगर आप सोचिए, whatever I buy, it'll immediately go up by $50 freight, extra excess luggage.
हम राजस्थान में जब कपड़ा खरीदे थे, I didn't buy, the family did. The shops actually organized the freight. You pay them.
Or they send it through the post.
Pack करके पूरा very reliable.
Yeah.
Door to
Post
door.
is not an issue,
But very slow.
Very slow.
Takes
yeah.
weeks.
Yes, takes weeks. So I was actually thinking, if my weight is, I rang up and said, I said no, I can't take extra kilos. So I didn't take any. And when I went to the airport, I was all electronically checked in. It's very advanced now, very advanced.
वो जो सस्ता वाला sea freight है ना,
See if it
जहाज में
That'll
काला-
probably take a month or so.
ours took 5 weeks. काला पानी पार करके गिरमिटिया
काला पानी.
पानी है ships में आएगा. 5 weeks it took. Not bad.
Okay. So because of the freight, I didn't bring any extras. So that was my reason for it. Because I brought some posters of the film that actually went to work.
Okay.
And
Yes.
posters and all these things were quite heavy. I was very worried that it'll go over the luggage. In time, rakhi something like 26 चलेंगे. अरे छापी भी हमें. Immediately जो लिया हमें कितना भरे की पड़ी.
26 kilos.
26 plus another 10 I had, na? It's 36, but the 10 was actually hand luggage was 8, 7. So no, he said take your laptop out. So laptop संगे रख दिया. So it was actually over luggage वगैरह. So he said take the laptop out. That was 7 kilos. And that was fine.
And no batteries allowed. in
No
the
batteries
luggage.
allowed, no perfumes, whatever जो यहाँ send करते हैं, simply the same thing. And when I landed in Singapore, I went through India. I landed in Singapore. I had a little nail cutter.
Weapon.
I didn't even know that. Bag में nail cutter था. Pull out करी समय side
Metal
में.
instrument.
It's a metal. उसमें भी तो चक्कू है छोटा ला.
हाँ.
Have you noticed it?
Yes, वो जो file करने के लिए.
हाँ. But it's actually quite big.
Okay.
Chakku was
Dangerous,
quite
na?
big, yes. So Singapore, they pulled me out. Is it your phone ringing? Yes. Singapore, they pulled me out and they photocopied my passport and they made me sign.
Whoa, dangerous.
So I think it's because they have to log it in is to, this person is actually carrying a weapon.
It is classed as
I said,
anything
I didn't know
that's sharp and pointed. Scissors कोई भी चीज.
But guess what? यहाँ से जो plastic तुम्हें मिली from Hong Kong to India, metal. Chori metal है, fork सब metal है.
In the plane.
In the plane. I flew Jet Airways. So I was surprised. I said, this is
Customs में तुमको इतना चूड़ा के पीछे
But
रुका?
that's actually from Singapore to Sydney.
All right, okay.
It's from Singapore. India से
only that one sector, na?
हाँ, India से Singapore was not an issue for me.
Yeah.
Was not an issue for me at all. So the issue was only when I actually landed in Singapore, and the Singapore to Sydney flight was an issue for me. So let's play a song, Doc, and we'll come back again.
Just something trying to get us in.
जो आप में छुपी हुई खूबियों को निखारता है, जिसके साथ आप अपने सपने, डर, हार और जीत को बांट सकें। और जब वो प्यार मिल जाए तो इसे संभाल के रखना, क्योंकि ये ऐसा प्यार है जो जिंदगी संवार देता है।
So you're leaving again?
Yeah, I'm leaving again, but it's just for a couple months. It's just for our future, baby.
Our future, Jeff. It's been 5 years.
5 years ago, I was nobody, and you saw me through this whole thing. 5 years later, we're still together, baby. Don't you understand that it's me and you? Look, at the end of the day, I want you to know.
Jeff!
That was Jeffrey Iqbal. He's actually creative, very creative person, as you've seen him playing. And he's actually काफी नाम कमा India में. Very big time. He's actually from US. He was born
The
in
guy who plays with our percussionist, the player.
Joe.
I like this car. I want this car, Valiant Charger.
Okay.
Left-hand driveway, but
Actually, when you go out of the Sydney, then you see a lot of these cars, and you go, "Oh, I wish I had this car." No? A lot of people want to have that as a car. No? It's
very,
amazing.
Very thirsty car. V8 होगा शायद हाँ.
Yes. So that was Jeffrey Iqbal, that was his first album after the major release of his album. So support him. Go to his YouTube channel, ladies and gentlemen, and click so you can get some.
Jeffrey Iqbal
and Jimmy George are the two friends. Quite a number of followers over there for him. Well, interesting development has been happening around the world. I don't have anything news as far as politics is concerned, but yes, let's touch base on a little bit on as to what we started off today, Doc. And that was, you are pretty familiar with this because I'm more underneath all these things. So the reason that actually opted me to, look into this, much more in detail was because of the incident that happened in Sydney. So जो लोग इस प्रोग्राम को देख रहे सुन रहे हैं शायद जान रहे होंगे. Those who don't know, one of the cricketers was Philip
Hughes.
He was quite young, 27 years old. Actually, today is his birthday.
Yes.
And he would have celebrated his 27th birthday today. Very sad.
First class cricketer. Picked to be the next captain of Australia too.
Yeah. And
he was in line.
Yes, and obviously, with trial and errors, a lot of things are done, and I suppose his death has actually started a new thing in everywhere, all parts of the world as far as cricket is concerned. Now people are very hurt. So as he pointed out कि उसको कहाँ पर लगा था, and if you can see it on the side, in the central canal, I think that's probably where it actually hit him, na? On the side.
That's the venous system, na? The ventricles होते हैं उसमें fluid होता है. And then it's central canal है नीचे से, it's the CSF and your blood vascular system है, जो ventricles है ना.
And he would have been immediately paralyzed, I suppose, as soon as it hit him. It fell down to the ground.
Unconscious. Coma में चला जाते because the brain wants to swell.
Yes.
एक box की तरह होता है.
Yes.
And it can't swell because the खोपड़ी जो है बहुत खड़ा bone है ना. So the main reason for anybody getting unconscious is the pressure building up. And this cricketer had emergency surgery. उसका खोपड़ी खोले होंगे to release the blood clot.
The blood clot in the
scan करके देखेंगे कहाँ पर है.
It wasn't that long that he died, no?
और जो blood vessels जो होते हैं brain में उसको arteries नहीं बोलते हैं और veins उसको sinuses बोलते हैं. ये जो sinusitis है वो नहीं.
Yes.
तो काफी बड़ा sinuses होते हैं. They are the venous drainage. So instead of veins we call them sinuses.
So
and if you have a injury to one of the veins, they're quite big. Can be an artery or a vein that can be damaged, causing bleeding.
Internal bleeding, no? Because obviously there's only one way. It's a nose through nose. The blood will come out. And swelling.
Sometimes it depends where the clot is. If it's in the frontal lobe area, तो आगे जो हड्डी है नाक के ऊपर, इसे हम बोलते हैं ना सुरसुरी चढ़ जाता है कभी कभी कुछ खाते हैं, because वो जो हड्डी है उसको बोलते हैं ethmoid bone. You got my anatomy, you caught me there, but I'm just thinking back many years. तो उसका जो हड्डी है उसमें छोटा छोटा छेद होते हैं सिव की तरह, छलनी की तरह.
Okay.
Yeah, so if in a skull, if you hold it up, उसको बोलते हैं cribriform plate. Cribriform, right? छोटा छेद होता है, इसलिए हम कुछ कभी खाते हैं और drug uses नाक से जो snorting करते हैं, it goes straight up into the brain.
Wow.
Because of that. Because नाक के ऊपर, and if you're getting bleeding from the front, then you'll get bleeding नहीं, उसको बोलते हैं CSF rhinorrhea. Cerebrospinal fluid leak होकर नाक में से निकलेगा.
Okay.
CSF rhinorrhea, which is a very serious sign of head injury. You can have bleeding or cerebrospinal fluid leaking. तो वो जो ethmoid bone है उसमें छेद होते हैं cribriform, और जो brain आगे का जो जिसे हम सोकम हेड करते हैं, तो the brain is anchored down, नहीं तो वो हिलेगा ना. तो वो आगे में जहाँ पे है उसको बोलते हैं crista galli, एक हड्डी निकला होता है right here. You can't see the bone there. Crista galli means the crest of the murga, cock. तो वो उसमें जाकर brain बंधा रहता है. So it doesn't move. So there's so many things can move, and there can be a lot of bleeding. Yeah. False, उसको false cerebri बोलते हैं. FALX, false cerebri. और पीछे में tentorium cerebelli. तो अगर brain को बंधा नहीं रहेगा, it'll move around, ना?
Yes.
So with the bleeding, if you don't release it in time, or if it's massive, it'll put pressure on the nerves, na?
Yes.
And you stop breathing or you stop, your heart stops.
Heart stops. So, looking into that, they were saying they are stipulating, यानी कि बातचीत हो रहा है कि the ambulance arrived quite late.
I heard about that. Normally the ambulance is standing by in most matches, major matches.
Major matches.
Maybe test matches and all that.
Okay. Yeah. But in New South Wales here in Australia, there's a bit of issue at the moment going on because the medical system is changing. Yes. They're cutting a lot of staff. Now, I did a bit of a workout to see how quick the ambulance should actually get there.
Right.
From past years, for the last 2000 and 2013, the response time was 7.6 minutes of the ambulance. Now, the fact that I would like to give to people out there is we always forget, पढ़ते हैं हम लिखते हैं भूल जाते हैं चीज़, because of the daily life you're concentrated on doing one particular thing, you don't actually train all your history and knowledge every day. So the brain actually can be alive for 6 minutes.
Tell me about it.
The brain can the brain can only be alive for 6 minutes. So as soon as the brain can't feel anything, which means we have to pinch here, then the brain will know कि यहाँ पी रहा है. So the brain is the only organ that doesn't know pain.
Correct. You can cut brain tissue,
yes,
and it won't hurt. Very good point.
Yeah. So if you shoot someone, just as a bullet, the person would know.
Although it subserves pain, yes, brain itself can't feel pain. Very important fact.
So the first thing is the brain is a control of all body functions. It controls everything, but yet it can't feel a pain.
Amazing.
Can't store any oxygen. जो हम सांस लेते हैं, everybody knows what oxygen is. It can't store oxygen.
You start getting dizzy and you'll faint if
That's
you don't.
the reason कि आप लोग जो इस प्रोग्राम को देख रहे हैं, कभी आप नीचे बैठते हैं, अचानक से ऊपर उठते हैं, तो आपको चक्कर आता है. And that's actually split of a second. That actually shows you that the brain is not getting any oxygen. And that's why आपको चक्कर आता है. So the brain can't store oxygen. अगर oxygen store कर सकते तो आपको चक्कर नहीं आएगा. And then thirdly, brain can't store glucose. There are three major factors. Main food. So as soon as a person has a heart attack, the person's got how many minutes to live, doc?
Normally CPR शुरू कर देना चाहिए. Basically the cutoff is 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
7 to 10 minutes.
10 minutes. But if you can intervene before that.
I think there's 7 minutes of oxygen in the blood. So if you don't give them the CPR, you should start doing your massage.
Yes.
But the latest thing is 6 to 7 minutes तक अगर आप उसको air नहीं देंगे, मान लो if you by yourself, you concentrate more on the compression rather than getting air, oxygen or mouth to mouth.
Yes.
5 to 7 minutes.
Yes.
So you do this.
Yep.
The air part you can wait because enough oxygen retire
in the system.
Yeah. So normally 7 to 10 minutes is very critical.
More than that, you're going to start the brain starts killing. The cells will start dying.
Yeah.
So it is very important. घर में कोई unconscious होता है, कभी-कभी बच्चे भी होते हैं. You don't know what to do because the first reaction is panic. So we'll tell you a little bit more about this because I thought it was very important. Because हमारे जो बुजुर्ग हैं, those who are diabetic.
The older you are, the less factor you have,
Yes. Have you got a blood pressure problem? If you're diabetic, diabetic is to deal with your sugar. And I've just told you, brain can't store sugar. So if you're in insulin, sugar is not there. If your insulin is high, what is going to happen? You're going to go in a coma. And thus, death happens eventually after that. So these are little things we'll tell you about. एक और गाना सुनते हैं.
Very important. एक और चीज़ हम दिल से बोलते हैं जो हमारा यहाँ पर rules है, keep the right lane of the motorways
clear.
Sign रहता है वहाँ पर.
Always keep on the left.
Go left.
Yes.
That's the main reason. Keep police, fire brigade or ambulance. And if you hear the ambulance anywhere,
go left.
Immediately go left because कभी-कभी accident हो जाता है. हम खुद कभी-कभी panic कर दे कि ambulance आ गया है. Motor भी damage होता है. So even if it is not coming from in your direction, in the same direction, it's a good idea to just clear it.
Exactly.
As soon as you can, even if it means parking the car, because that 1 minute could be critical for the person who needs the ambulance.
And can you imagine a country like India?
Slow moving traffic, slow moving.
Very hard to get through. Very hard to get through in a traffic signal, especially, and with lots of traffic. It's very hard.
And in Australia, we're lucky हमारे पास helicopters भी है.
Yes.
I'm just wondering what with no criticism,
response time to the
without being
helicopter.
critical, कि कितना time हुआ था and what happened.
For this case, I don't know. But,
very
I tried
controversial.
not to dig too much into it because it was quite sympathetic,
Yeah.
and I didn't want to look visually any pictures of him because I thought it is actually disturbing.
But it's in the media, controversies.
Yes. So that actually what hinted me to look into the ambulance times because I work in a medical field myself and I actually ask.
Correct.
तो बुजुर्ग लोग आजकल क्या हो गया ट्रेंड हो गया है कुछ लोग they are mentally unstable they ring ambulance.
They say Australia may 1 in 5 to 6% also has some mental disorder too.
Yes. And last year they reported about 6,500 cases in Australia. In New South Wales itself.
Alone.
So that's about 2 per day, roughly, that were carried out in ambulances.
6,500.
6,500 patients.
In the ambulance.
In high risk cases. But उसके अलावा they are engaged in other things as well, because they are mental people that will ring the ambulance कि मुझे ये होगा. Elderly people that drop in
false alarm हो जाता है.
False alarm and they break their hip or something. They drop in a nursing home. Ambulance has to attend over there. So there are other causes which will actually hinder them from getting to the nearest the point.
That's true.
So these are some of the
चक्कर
factors.
आता है उसको postural hypotension बोलते हैं कि तुम्हारा blood pressure भी drop हो जाएगा.
Yes.
और from a dental viewpoint इसीलिए हम अपने सभी जो young doctors हैं nurses को उसको सिखाते हैं कि जब dental chair में से हम जब patient supine हम काम करते हैं ना,
Okay.
when they come up, just
Gradually.
gently put your hand on their shoulder and restrain them.
Or just hold them.
Don't get off the chair yet, sir or madam. And a lot of young doctors and
It's quite
nurses,
close to the brain, no?
they don't realize or practice that कि हम क्यों बोलते हैं कि वो अचानक से उठ के गिर के they'll go into a syncope, they'll faint because they come up too quickly.
Yes.
Oxygen and glucose वगैरह
Yes.
का imbalance, and then
Yes.
in Fiji there used to be a lot of people fainting. It was too hot and third world country. So please remember, if you're in the medical field, we all know that, and teach other people जिसमें बुजुर्ग लोग रहते हैं कि खटिया में से जब सवेरे भी उठते हैं, tell them, as we know, don't get off the bed. Sit on the bed, wait for maybe 30 seconds.
Yes,
and
till you
then-
get conscious, yeah. Let's play a song and we'll come back and we'll talk more in detail and finish the program off.
तुम जो मिले तो जहां मिल गया, राहें नहीं तुझ में मैं खो गया, टूटा ही दिल दूर जब तू हुआ, मैं बस यही कह सका, मुस्कुराने की वजह तुम हो, गुनगुनाने की वजह तुम हो, जिया जाए ना जाए ना जाए ना और पिया रे, जिया जाए ना जाए ना जाए ना और पिया रे, और लम्हे तू कहीं मत जा, हो सके तो उम्र भर थम जा, जिया जाए ना जाए ना जाए ना और पिया रे, जिया जाए ना जाए ना जाए ना और पिया रे. चाहो तुम आना ख्वाहिशों की बारिशों में भीग संग जाना जिया जाए न जाए न जाए ना पूरे पिया रे जिया जाए न जाए न जाए ना पूरे पिया रे पिया रे पिया रे जिया जाए न जाए न जाए ना पूरे पिया रे
It's amazing how they take one song and then
modify,
and
amplify, garnish करते थोड़ा
yes, polish करके they pronounce
पुदीना धनिया
style.
छोड़ के and change it, which is a good thing because हमारे जो 30-40 years पुराना गाने थे जो they remixed it. The next generation then is aware of
Yes,
what
yes.
was happening. Otherwise, it'll just die.
It'll just die, true. So coming back to our topic, Doc, before
हाँ,
we finish our
बहुत
program,
important
very
topic
important
है.
topic.
Just a quick one. कभी भी अगर जब head injury हो यानी कि सर में चोट लगे
किसी तरह के भी चोट,
किसी भी
soccer, any basketball, baseball,
बेलना के मार कुछ भी चीज जो है ना कुछ सर पर गिर गया, it is very important. If I was in the medical field, I would probably wouldn't know either. You must not leave that person alone for probably 6 to 12 hours. You must always observe them. उसके संग कोई किसी को रहना, not just old people, especially the very old and very young, because head injury में अगर सर में bleeding
So
होगा,
that is why when they have an accident in a car,
हाँ,
the ambulance takes him
you must
and
observe.
put him in observation, no?
Even अगर कुछ चोट भी नहीं है, they will put you in hospital or every 15 minutes of vital signs. को Glasgow Coma scale
Yes,
बोलते हैं,
yes,
which
yes.
is for medical people ना. आए आँख में जो बत्ती बारते हैं, उसे पूछते हैं आप कहाँ हो भाई, कितना बार बताओ मैं सिडनी में हूँ, आपका नाम क्या है?
Well,
अरे यार,
let's touch and tell people कि why it is very important कि
Very
आँख
important.
में क्यों बत्ती बारते हैं लोग?
हाँ, because वो retinal damage होता है. If
Yes.
it doesn't, आपका pupils,
Yes,
you can take
if
that
you,
one.
if you light the torch दिखाते हैं,
Bright torch.
the brain sends a signal,
Yes.
and they'll blink and it'll
The
glow की तरह
pupils
होगा.
जो है,
हाँ,
वो बड़ा छोटा होएगा.
बड़ा छोटा होएगा.
आपका
That's
जो iris
signal.
है, हाँ.
So if somebody falls on the floor, बुजुर्ग लोग हैं, and you want to see all these signs and symptoms, these are some of the signs and symptoms to
Yes,
see.
in fact, जब if somebody is died, अगर उसका देहांत हो गया है, you need to have a medical certificate, which I can't do. I haven't got an MBBS yet, but a doctor does, and that's one of the things they do before they sign. The person is actually deceased. That's why they shine the torch. They feel the pulse, and if they're brain dead, and then they're pronounced the heart has stopped and they're not breathing. Plus the pupil sign, na?
Yes.
Because it signals to the brain कि is the retina, जो कि second cranial nerve है, by the way, people. First cranial nerve is olfactory, सूंघने वाली. 12 cranial nerves होते हैं. We won't go into that. But ये smell वाला और जो आँख वाला है, absolutely important signs.
So, touching back once again, brain can't feel pain, brain can't store oxygen, and brain can't store glucose, which is very important. So
Constant supply होना
Yes.
चाहिए.
And sometimes we don't eat. People don't eat. Fasting. Understand?
If you miss your lunch
It's
and you're
breakfast.
working, happens to me.
Coffee
you get a
deo
bit-
chalo.
You get a bit cranky and your
Yes.
performance will get low because glucose
Yes.
low होता है.
Yes.
And your
You can
mood,
faint.
your
People
mood
don't
will
realize.
change and you will go unconscious, faint हो जाएंगे.
Yes. People don't realize this. कि अरे हम healthy, हम fit है, but
थोड़ा थोड़ा खाना चाहिए.
asnap, you must have energy to the brain. Otherwise, it takes time for the brain to convert your fat into energy. It's not straightforward. And then all
Glucose
the other
stores होता है, जैसे glucagon जो hormone है
Well,
from
it
the
takes
liver,
time, takes
but
time.
it takes time. Or just getting back to why I was telling about observing the person, one of the main signs of head injury is व्यक्ति को drowsiness
Vertigo.
हो जाएगा.
Yes, yes.
They'll feel like sleeping. इसलिए आप फिल्म में देखते हैं उसके बोलते हैं wake up, don't sleep. Because if
थप्पड़ मार
somebody
के
is
जगाते
getting
हैं.
drowsy and if they're vomiting and have a headache in a head injury, they must immediately be taken to hospital.
that's actually your conscious is lost within 15 to 20 seconds. So when you see a person going like this, so your time is 15 seconds, 15 to 20 seconds में is going to.
You catch them, और हमारा dentistry में we put the chair down immediately. ऐसे है तो नीचे कर देते हैं.
So
feet up, head down.
Yes, 15 to 20 seconds is going to give you some information, which is not quite long, because by the time you're panicking, you have 20 seconds are gone, isn't it? So you've got that much of a window. So these are some of the information. It's very important for us to tell people. Or the other thing I'd like to say, why brain is important, because I've seen little kids playing this game. Have you seen them hitting each other's ears?
Hardly soft होते हैं, very easy to get head injury.
Some people, even some parents, their child abuse as well in families. People smack here. Have you seen people? I have seen people. I've seen a lot of posts out there that some of them are actually hitting the kid or smacking them across the ear. Teachers and masters, please notice where you're hitting. I've been hit here on the side. थप्पड़ के मार अगर यहाँ नहीं है, अगर तुम डॉच करा है, because this would happens. Immediate reaction responsive is you protect yourself.
हटेंगे
तो यहाँ लगेगा और जब यहाँ पीछे लगे कितना दर्द होता है.
Yeah, you got the vital organs ना, carotid arteries अंदर है.
Yes.
Then you got your jugular vein.
Yes.
It's better to be hit on the face.
But फिर भी
मारो नहीं. It's better to be here than a head injury.
Have you been hit by a master?
Not on the face.
I have been. My Hindi master.
Not on the face.
He had big palm. His name was Mr. Prasad. I don't know where he is at the moment. My surname is Prasad too, but he was Mr. Prasad too.
Yeah.
But Hindi में क्या है कि स्पीड होता है पढ़ने के लिए ना. You read certain 60 words per minute. अगर नहीं पढ़ो सीधा झापड़ मारी हो. और झापड़ कभी मैं डॉज करे तो यहाँ लगे तरह. I was, signs of abuse, but I don't know if it is still happening.
It's illegal now.
Yeah, it is,
everywhere.
but still happening. So kids, parents, if you are actually, disciplining your child or kids.
Australia में तो corporal punishment is 0.
Yes.
0 tolerance.
और कभी-कभी people जल्दी से बिना सोचे you stress, you hit your kid on the head, or family
bones are soft, the blood vessels are soft.
Yes.
Very easy to get a head injury.
Yes.
And it's lucky more people did not end up having coma in Fiji with that type of thing actually. Kids.
Very important, very important. So these are some of the facts and figures which is very important. Don't forget कि if you are diabetic also, it takes you need to have that constant supply of glucose to your body. That's why तुमको चक्कर आ लगे ना. पहले चक्कर
overdose
चीनी कम थी.
hypo.
Yes, and if you are taking insulin, that's why the doctors say कि नाप के insulin लो, because you will become
overdose करने के तो opposite effect हो जाता है.
Yes, and that is another thing where your brain goes into coma. You go into coma. You're not dead, but still you won't die in about 6 minutes. But slowly you go into a coma where your body is still alive and you're still breathing. So, ladies and gentlemen, ये कुछ facts and figures which we thought you highlight in your daily life. You've got elderly people at home. Look after them and tell them and be aware of them. जो दवा ले रहे हैं, for example, or those who have blood pressure issues.
और head injury में कभी narcotics नहीं दिया जाता है.
Yeah.
Never ever give them even something simple like
drink.
No
Panadol.
alcohol. Penadine. Penadine में codeine होता है. एक Penadine tablet में 8 milligrams codeine phosphate. Penadine forte में I think 30 milligrams है. So that's 60 milligrams if you take two. So please avoid giving anything with a narcotic and no alcohol for at least 24 hours. Anyone who has a head injury, because it masks the head injury signs.
Okay.
अब जब Penadine वगैरह लेंगे narcotics, it makes you sleepy and drowsy. Head injury also makes you sleepy and drowsy. So the medical staff need to know is this guy has got head injury, उसका यादाश्त ठीक है, कहाँ है आप सिडनी में कि मुंबई में है. All these common questions they ask you.
So some very important issues which I thought we should highlight to people. And as I said, in our daily routine, we are very busy. If you're a mechanic, you wouldn't know medically what's wrong with you, obviously, unless you're trained medical field में है, then you know all these features. ना
हमारे लिए तो ऑटोमेटिक है. हम तो प्लेन में भी बैठते हैं या कुछ हो जाता है, sort of ऑटोमेटिक है. We look at people, what's their काम भी करते हैं, we watch their breathing. Because we are trained, na? Nurses, dentists, doctors, ambulance officers, but people who are not in the medical field,
they wouldn't know.
अभी काफी awareness होने लगा है. A lot of people are being trained. They खुद जाकर CPR और first aid training करते हैं.
Yes.
And in a lot of employment sectors, if you are working, you must. It's compulsory.
It's compulsory
to do your first aid.
Yes.
You'll save somebody's life.
Yes, exactly. As I said to you, 6 minutes के बाद, you start pumping and putting the oxygen to the body. But what happens is 10 minutes में, the person will have lost some brain cells, which means कि he may revive, he may come back into life, but
उसका memory वगैरह चला
memory
जाएगा.
would be lost, and that's why when you have an aneurysm or brain damage होता है, when you fall, when you're playing soccer, when you hit the ground, how you hit the ground, जो भी head injuries is very important these days, and I think it's going to this incident is going to highlight a lot of issues. Baseball, basketball, जो भी लोग खेलते हैं गिरते हैं, because there's always a chance to fall.
Boxing, soccer.
And the other day I was watching in a park. I was watching जो झरना होता है, where they're watering the park, no? So there are pipes within the ground. If you can see underneath, it's underneath, but it's still made of plastic.
Hard.
It's hard. And if you're falling, if you're playing soccer, if you're playing rugby, football, you are still falling, no? Tackle करते हैं, गिरते हैं. So there's a chance you can hit that pipe. It's plastic, but it's underneath the ground.
Don't underestimate gravity, yeah?
Don't underestimate gravity. Anything could happen. So satark rahiye. That's all we can say is be smart. And
हमारे playing days में I recall I was a good header.
Good header.
I was to head the ball at any
all the
chance.
facts in the end when you grow up.
And now I'm saying कि
Shouldn't have had it.
should not have been heading the ball, because every time your head is hit, the brain shakes.
Yes.
इसलिए बोलते हैं बच्चों को पहले हम फिजी में उठाकर ऊपर नीचे खिलाते थे ना. It should not do that.
Shouldn't shake the kids because
Don't shake the head.
It can damage. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this thought we leave you behind today. आज का episode 38 from Param Sivan and Dr. Anil here.
Time to wrap up.
And we'll catch you again next week with some more information and some more health tips, and obviously some political news and events happening around the globe.
Yes, we'll gather our forces.
Yes.
And आज के लिए शब बखैर. We're finishing off with another musical interlude.
Yes, and if you have any information, do actually head off to our Facebook site under a Fiji Indian TV group. If you haven't joined, please join in. If you're watching us first time, आपको हम welcome करना चाहते हैं Fiji Indian TV में.
And we are
Please
www.fijiindiantv.com.
And we do this episode once a week. Please keep us informed in any developments in your country. जो भी जहाँ है, be safe and look after yourself.
Be happy.
And it's hot here in Sydney. Drink a lot of water. Bye for now.
आगे भी जाने न तू, पीछे भी जाने न तू, जो भी है एक